Hello, we're the History Hikers. I'm Dries.
And I'm Jente.
And we're at the Chateau de Ramstein,
which is a siege castle to besiege the castle of Ortenburg.
high up the hill.
This one sadly is not visible, but we'll film as much as we can.
Let's check it out.
Remember the castle of Ochsenstein? Here's a short reminder. At the end of the 13th century, Otto IV of Ochsenstein was on the warpath. Opposing him was the castle of Ortenburg. Otto supposedly built the tower of the castle of Ramstein as a forward base during the siege of Ortenburg. Legend says that Otto had installed a giant crossbow in the castle Ramstein, for which the largest loophole in Alsace had to be built.
A nice tale indeed, but whether it actually happened is a different question. Recent historical research undermines these theories by demonstrating that its location is not very suitable for a siege, while more favorable sites were available. They placed the first construction of the castle shortly after the siege of 1293.
Shortly after the siege, Otto lost Ramstein to the Habsburgs. Over the 14th century, the castle would change hands a couple more times. It was during this time the large tower was heightened and a curtain wall with towers was constructed. The newer elements are clearly visible by the change in the stone that was used. While the earlier construction used local granite, taken for example from the moat, the newer parts used sandstone, sourced from elsewhere.
Despite its modest looks these days, it was actually an impressive castle. At its height during the 15th century, an attacker would first have to make their way through the eastern gate, which is closed off by a thick wall. Afterwards, they had to walk the entire length of the moat, through the field of fire from the tower and walls, to the western end to arrive at the gate of the lower courtyard. After this obstacle, they would have to cross the site again to the east to finally reach the keep. With all that said, that is exactly what happened in the 15th century, when an army from Strasbourg sacked the castle.
Even though the castle was sacked in the 15th century, the castle of Ramstein would still have been habitable during the early 16th century. During the 30 Years' War, however, Swedish troops passing through the area would burn the castle down. The ruin was subsequently abandoned.
The most impressive part of the castle has to be its donjon. From its original 6, 4 floors are still visible. The tower and the rest of the castle have been beautifully restored these last couple of years. Even though we are not allowed to access the donjon itself, we were amazed by this stunning sight. It was a sensational experience to be able to walk around the cliff's edge and along the old medieval walls to enjoy the amazing foggy views. Oh my god, it was accessible.
I cannot believe it. We went here in 2019, it was completely off limits, and now what a beautiful site to visit.
Let's continue on with the arbitrary castle score.
Subjective.
Yeah, it's arbitrary and subjective. I'm gonna say a 7.5. Yeah, really cool. Maybe in the future they'll allow us to access the donjon as well. What do you think?
I'd say an 8, because the restoration is very well done, and again the views are stunning.
Alright, leave your score in the comments. Thank you so much for watching.
And like, comment, subscribe and all the good YouTube stuff if you want to see more of these kind of castles.
See you next time.
Bye!
Bye.